In the following lessons, we are going to use a lot of comments. A comment is text in the code which is not read while we are running the code. Comments make your code easier to read and understand. They can help you and others to read your code. There are two types of comments, multi-line and single line. So in here, I'm going to create a single line comment, ironically saying single line comment, which explains that below this code, we are going to explain how we're going to write single line comments. In a single line comment, anything that follows the two / characters, as you can see, // So anything that follows these characters will not be processed by JavaScript interpreter. Single line comments are often used for short descriptions of what the code is doing. So right now we can just say test, or we can say this is a single line comment, just like that. Now let's do a multi-line comment. Multi-line comment starts with a / sign. Then we can spread on however multiple lines we want, and then we do asterisk and then /. Anything in between those characters is going to be considered a comment and is not going to be processed by JavaScript interpreter. For example, we can say this is a multi-line comment, just like that. As you can see, this is grayed out and is not real code. This is just a comment to make our code more readable. Multi-line comments are often used for descriptions of how script works. To practice creating comments, we can delete this and then document what we learned about variables in the few previous videos. So I'm going to create a single line comment and say creating a variable using var keyword, just like that. And in there, then we can say var, let's say variable name is going to be equal to test. That's it. We just created a variable using var keyword, and as you can see, your comment clearly explains that. Now we can copy this by selecting it, right-clicking it, and then clicking copy, or we can just say Command C and then Command V, or Control C and Control V if you're on Windows. So right now we can say creating a variable using let keyword, and then in there we can say let variable name. Of course, we can console log it later, so console log variable name, great. And as you know, this is going to give us an error, so what we can do is we can also just comment this. What you'll often see me doing is I'm going to comment or uncomment something without actually typing two /. You can do that in Visual Studio Code by pressing Command and then /, or it's Control / on Windows. That simply comments the line. That's it. You can also do that on multiple lines. So if I were to comment this and then press Command /, it's immediately going to comment out everything. In 99.9% of the cases, I'm just going to use single line comments. There's no need to use multi-line since we can just do Command /, which is basically make a multi-line comment using just the /. So that's it. That Command / or Control / keystroke is really important. You'll remember to use it often. So now since we got an error, I'm just going to comment this out. That's it. Now you can see we get test. Now we can create the final thing, which is going to be creating a variable using const keyword. Then we can just say const here. Now this is not going to work because you can see we have two of the same variable names. But if we comment it out, remember, comments are not interpreted by JavaScript engine. So if you just do this and save, you can see we indeed do get our variable name test, but this time using a const variable. We can also write a few rules of creating variable names. So we can say, for example, variable naming, and then in there we can say first rule is going to be the name should be unique. The second rule should be the name should not be any reserved keyword. And then the third rule is that the name must start with either a character, an underscore, or a $sign. That's it. So these were the comments. If you just keep writing comments in your code, it's going to make your code more readable. Some people say that you don't even need comments because the code you write should be clean enough so that everyone can read it by itself. That logic is good, but while we are just starting to learn how to code, comments are going to greatly help you and everyone who reads your code. Great, now with this short lesson about comments, we can move on to our first data type, which is a string.